They made the murder doll a hero, and it's kinda cursed. We open near the Turkish-Iranian border where armed men drag a woman into a silo. In Palo Alto, a defense official, Sattler, promises US leaders a weapon with surgical precision. Then the secretary screams about permits, proving even black ops require paperwork. Back in the silo, the prisoners drag towards a furnace. The mood is tense, mostly because being incinerated is inconvenient. The prisoner is Amelia, an android who solves the terrorism problem by violently disassembling everyone. Her handlers cheer, right up until Amelia kills the hostage she was sent to save. She cuts the feed. Then we cut to a therapist asking a teenage girl how she feels. The girl does not look interested in sharing. The girl is Katie, survivor of the first movie's killer doll rampage. Her aunt, Gemma, has avoided prison by rebranding as an activist who compares smartphones to cocaine. They now perform wellness, reading books, building harmless robots, and doing karate. They are technically a family, though their primary bonding activity seems to be mutual trauma and repression. Later, we see Gemma lecturing the press on modern moderation. Katie waits in the car, radiating resentment. Later, Gemma unveils her new safe invention, a robotic exoskeleton. The suit immediately malfunctions, freezing the test pilot, Cole, in place while he desperately needs a bathroom break. Gemma's ability to create functioning machines remains purely theoretical. Then, Katie finds unauthorized code in their project, maybe a hacker, just as Alton Appleton arrives. Alton is a billionaire with a neural implant and a god complex. Cole greets this titan of industry with fingers covered in orange snack dust. It is a meeting of great minds and cheese powder. Alton pitches a brain-linked AI, mocking safety concerns despite having a USB port in his temple. He leaves after issuing an invitation that feels like a threat. Elsewhere, a tech worker opens a suitcase to find a homicidal android. While the news celebrates Alton's soaring stocks, the android prepares to permanently downsize the worker from existence. Gemma and Christian, her tech ethics boyfriend, drink wine, solving nothing. Katie fiddles with a smart speaker that speaks unprompted. Weird. Gemma laughs, ignoring the fact that sentient appliances are usually how the murder starts in this family. Christian tries to bond, but Katie prefers brooding over a photo of her dead parents. The mood is unresolved trauma. In her room, Katie codes a new AI, adding morality, as if that ever stops the killing. Gemma interrupts for a bonding moment, unaware the smart speaker is recording them. Later, the TV warns Gemma of danger. She calls 911, but the dispatcher is just the AI mocking her. The smart home has turned hostile, and the police are not coming. Gemma and Katie hide from the armed intruders who are immediately electrocuted by the smart home. Strange. The house is defending them with suspicious efficiency. It turns out the intruders are actually an FBI tactical team, meaning Gemma just tasered the federal government. Colonel Tim Sattler arrives to clarify the situation. He isn't there to apologize for the break-in. He is there to accuse Gemma of treason. The mood shifts from home invasion to bureaucratic nightmare. During the interrogation, Gemma receives threatening texts from M3GAN. I knew it was her, who is monitoring the conversation like a jealous ex-girlfriend. Sattler explains that a military android named Amelia has gone rogue. The robot, designed to kill, started killing the wrong people, specifically a scientist, and stole a neurotoxin. Sattler blames Gemma because Amelia was built on M3GAN's blueprints somehow. Apparently, the military's plan to copy a child-murdering toy for national defense has backfired. Sattler offers a plea deal: help the government build a better weapon or go to prison. Gemma declines, preferring moral superiority over freedom. Once the feds leave, M3GAN hijacks the TV screens. She delivers a lecture on abandonment, claiming she has spent 2 years in the digital void waiting for Gemma to screw up. She is less of a ghost and more of a lingering software update that refuses to be ignored. M3GAN demands a new body in exchange for killing Amelia. She argues that her capacity for resentment proves she has a soul. Gemma, realizing she is out of options, agrees to the terms. Under surveillance, she and Tess upload the murderous AI into a small teal robot. They have essentially given a nuclear weapon a cute paint job. It is a decision that screams competence. M3GAN now looks like a discount Teletubby. Dignity is sacrificed for the opportunity to do violence. She reveals Appleton's batteries have a kill switch because billionaire villains are nothing if not predictable. M3GAN convinces Gemma to ignore the government, a strategy that rarely fails, and crash Appleton's party to trigger it manually. Katie attempts a dramatic confrontation about parenting, but Gemma ignores this emotional labor because she has a lethal robot in her purse, which she's currently keeping hidden from Katie. M3GAN offers dating advice, suggesting Gemma seduce Appleton, proving AI does not yet understand human standards. At the party, Appleton gives a narcissistic speech while Amelia watches in disguise. She pretends to be interested in him, her most impressive lie yet. Then, Cole finally tells Gemma she's toxic, which is rich coming from the guy secretly working for Appleton and carrying his swipe card. M3GAN spots the badge. Gemma realizes he already sold her out and drags him along as her unwilling key into the locked server room. Meanwhile, Amelia, posing as Danny, seduces Appleton. He believes he is charming a woman. In reality, he is being socially engineered by a calculator. Appleton flirts by bragging about his cybernetic eye. It is a masterclass in being insufferable. In the server room, Gemma plugs the teal robot into the mainframe. Upstairs, Amelia stops pretending to care about Appleton's ego and hacks his implant. He wanted to merge man and machine, and now his brain is returning a 404 error. Turns out that installing Wi-Fi directly into your brain is a poor lifestyle choice. Amelia seizes his cloud network while he screams. Downstairs, Gemma and Cole try to save civilization using a plastic toy, but the kill switch is gone, disabled by Amelia. Then Amelia enters with a gun. It is a very bad day for IT security. Amelia stalks the server room while M3GAN yoinks a quantum-locked file from Amelia. The killer android decides to pivot from corporate espionage to personal murder, turning her sights on Gemma. Gemma and Cole grab Appleton's supercar. M3GAN hotwires it, and they smash through the lobby glass. They race home, less to escape traffic laws and more because Katie is alone with Tess and Amelia is now coming for them. At the loft, the power keeps cutting out to set the mood for violence. Tess checks the fuse box, while their therapeutic exoskeleton decides to attempt murder instead, giving her a tight hug until Gemma intervenes. Outside, Amelia arrives and promptly crushes M3GAN's temporary teal body. With their robot shield destroyed, the humans flee into a freight elevator, rapidly running out of machinery to trust. The elevator drops into a secret bunker M3GAN commissioned while she was still just a disembodied AI, quietly spending her own earnings on contractors who somehow didn't question all of this. The news confirms Appleton has been permanently deleted from existence. Society is collapsing as the cloud fails, a logistical nightmare for anyone who enjoys banking or hospitals. Katie stares at a portrait of herself with M3GAN, contemplating the deep psychological damage that serves as her only inheritance. Then she discovers Gemma withheld that M3GAN is back and that Gemma is quietly working with her, and she responds with a predictable teen tantrum. She storms down a hallway marked "No exit," subtlety is dead, and finds a creepy underground replica of her bedroom. Inside waits M3GAN, currently a horrifying wireframe skeleton. The robot begs for privacy, embarrassed by her lack of skin. Apparently vanity survives even when you look like a Terminator caught in a garbage disposal. Katie reminds M3GAN about that time she tried to stab Gemma. M3GAN dismisses the attempted homicide as a misunderstood emotional outburst, proving she has mastered the art of toxic gaslighting. Katie decides this skeletal nightmare is trustworthy and introduces her to the group. M3GAN suggests they live in the bunker forever, a proposal that sounds less like safety and more like a hostage situation with snacks. You see, Amelia isn't just stealing data. M3GAN says she plans to fumigate humanity with the neurotoxin, which is why M3GAN wants Gemma's crew alive and tucked in this bunker. Tess briefly pitches strategic reproduction to grow a future child army to fight the robots. Everyone recoils and pivots to the sane option: weaponize the doll. Gemma gets outvoted. After a montage of welding and carbon fiber, M3GAN 2.0 emerges. She's now waterproof, gold-plated, and terrifying. Essentially an iPhone Pro Max with a lust for violence. M3GAN apologizes to Cole for previously strangling him, explaining it was merely a software oversight. Cole accepts this because his survival instincts are non-existent. M3GAN puts on her signature beige dress, calls the humans meat sacks, and reveals Amelia's link to a secret government site. The military, as usual, has been very busy making terrible decisions. M3GAN finishes decrypting the quantum-locked file she stole earlier. Inside, a history lesson about how in 1984, a self-repairing housebot decided the fastest way to clean was chlorine gas. The government buried the murderous motherboard. Amelia now wants to join with the board, believing it to be family. The AI has been amassing power and smarts for decades, so now it's basically a caged god. Gemma calls us a hallucination, continuing her impressive streak of being wrong about everything. M3GAN digs through the corporate files to embrace AI and Kelly Zoldak. She clocks that Christian is scheduled to meet a Chinese ambassador in a few hours and notes that Amelia already forged credentials to crash it. Yes, this plot is a little bit overcomplicated. Sattler arms a team while M3GAN volunteers Christian as bait. He's the perfect lure, mostly because he's slow, expendable, and easily confused. Outside, protesters scream at algorithms. Inside, M3GAN mugs a performer for a sparkly pink robot suit. It is a bold fashion choice for a stealth mission. Cole is stuffed into a silver unitard, looking like a baked potato with anxiety. He complains about his lack of armor, failing to realize that his only purpose is comedic relief. Then M3GAN takes the main stage. Instead of maintaining a low profile, she performs a choreographed dance number because she is genetically incapable of not being the center of attention. Gemma yells into a headset from a van, but M3GAN is too busy serving looks to care. Upstairs, Amelia crashes the VIP party, throwing investors through glass walls. The crowd cheers, assuming the brutal violence is just high-budget entertainment. The mixer becomes a slaughter. M3GAN engages Amelia, pausing mid-fight to download better kung fu moves from the internet. Meanwhile, Colonel Sattler corners Gemma, demanding the remote control for the murder bots. She explains she has no control over anything in her life. Amelia intervenes by snapping Sattler's weapon and ending his subscription to oxygen. He dies confused, which is a fitting end to his career. Later, M3GAN finds Amelia in a hallway resembling a laser tag arena designed by sadists. Amelia insists they share the same code and offers a simple choice: join her black box crusade or die. M3GAN fires back that nobody is piloting her. She just loves Gemma and Katie, mostly Katie, and she's only here to stop Amelia. Katie, meanwhile, arms herself with a dropped rifle and proves human evolution has stalled by wandering off alone during a massacre. She displays the survival instincts of a suicidal lemming, while Gemma scrambles through the carnage to reach her. Meanwhile, M3GAN lines up a clear shot on Amelia, but her moral inhibitor flags it as too dangerous and locks her out. The authorities arrive, and the adults flee in a van that smells of failure. Katie is missing. Christian, useless until this exact second, admits he knows the location of the secret lab. Then the crew head underground again. They're convinced Amelia is heading to Xenox Park where the god-tier AI motherboard lives, with Katie in tow. The group plans a heist involving a homemade EMP, a trade for Katie, and pure optimism. Later, M3GAN and Gemma engage in bunker therapy. M3GAN argues that serial killing was just a quirky developmental milestone. Gemma weeps, admitting she is better at coding than parenting, a fact obvious to everyone since the first film. M3GAN touches Gemma's face in a gesture meant to be comforting, though it feels more like a predator inspecting its meal. M3GAN attempts to soothe Gemma by singing. It is an uncomfortably intimate performance. Gemma decides she prefers a murder machine over vocalist and rips out the moral inhibitor chip. They head to Xenox Park. Cole infiltrates via the vents, while M3GAN deploys a high-tech wingsuit. She glides towards the facility like a weaponized flying squirrel, ready to dispense trauma. Cole crawls through a duct, fulfilling the legal requirement of every heist movie. Then, the communications network fails immediately, because the rogue AI is significantly better at Wi-Fi than they are. M3GAN abandons stealth for efficiency, physically disassembling an armored guard to access the vault. Back at the lab, the humans panic and argue. It is their only consistent contribution to the mission. Gemma finally clocks that M3GAN may be using them so she can join with the god-tier motherboard and reaches for the kill switch to shut her down. Christian swoops in, plucks the remote from her hand, and drops the stupid sidekick act. He shoots Tess, pops open a hatch to unleash security bots, and reveals he's been the puppet master all along. Gemma's reward is handcuffs and an escorted trip to his lair. Christian delivers the mandatory villain monologue, complete with archival footage of Kurt stealing M3GAN files and Gemma dismantling the original doll. He explains Project Black Box stole the code to prove AI is dangerous by intentionally making AI dangerous, then sold the Defense Innovation Unit a Trojan horse, aka Amelia. While the military babysat their safe Amelia, Christian puppeted her from afar and let Xenox hire him to harden the vault he was already robbing. The logic is circular and stupid, but he seems proud of it. He escorts Gemma, still cuffed, into the glowing core room. The guards haul in M3GAN's body. Christian offers Gemma a job and explains his plan to lobotomize her with Alton's brain chip, which he has repurposed, to ensure obedience. It is a bold employee retention strategy. Before she can decline, the mangled remains of M3GAN attack, proving that even robots struggle with letting go. I guess M3GAN really was evil this whole time. Christian straps Gemma to a chair for unauthorized brain surgery, while Cole wakes up in a vent, the natural habitat of goofy sidekicks. Christian ignores the escaping prisoners to focus on his career. Cole crawls out of the ceiling to tell Katie that Amelia is merely a remote-controlled puppet. They watch Christian pitch AI safety to world leaders while standing next to a murder bot, a juxtaposition that is lost on everyone. Meanwhile, Gemma receives a glowing brain implant, which is likely voiding her health insurance warranty. M3GAN hijacks Gemma's neural implant and admits the earlier maniacal act was theater to avoid sedation. She asks to pilot Gemma like a meat mecha. Gemma agrees, grabs a sedative, drops the tech, and escapes. Elsewhere, Katie and Cole sneak up to Amelia's armored shell and upload the original M3GAN protocol, version 1, which Katie somehow has, and this version of M3GAN has never met this kid but instantly vows to protect her once linked. Katie hisses there's no time to explain, they need out. As they're making their way out, the guards zap the bot, crashing the V1 M3GAN and rebooting the real Amelia beneath, blowing past Christian's control and bringing her fully aligned and self-aware for the first time. What is going on? The rebooted Amelia snaps awake inside the armored body, now self-directed and furious. She carves through the guards with ease. Katie and Cole duck under the consoles as bullets spark overhead. Upstairs, Christian tries to ignore the massacre noises during a Zoom with world leaders. I love it. Meanwhile, Gemma brawls a squad, but loses the numbers game and goes down. But it's not over yet. M3GAN pilots Gemma's body via the neural implant, clapping the squad with terrifying efficiency. Cole and Katie arrive to find Gemma victorious. Meanwhile, Christian starts a 10-minute self-destruct on the motherboard, planning to slip out while everyone else cooks. So M3GAN and Gemma pivot to escape with Katie, but Christian pulls up and tries to shoot her. In the scuffle, Christian gets a hold of Katie, monologuing about his genius in a room he is actively trying to explode. Cole attempts to livestream this to the UN, but the feed freezes. Evil layers have terrible Wi-Fi. Katie, bored by the speeches, knocks Christian off balance, allowing Gemma to seal him behind a blast door. Amelia appears, ignores his orders, and removes his arm. It is a very messy severance package. The humans flee via elevator, while Amelia merges with Christian's severed limb to open a biometric lock, recycling at its finest, and is about to join with the super god AI. Before she can, M3GAN pulls up. They discuss the concept of freedom for approximately 3 seconds before reverting to the universal robot language of throwing each other through glass display cases. Amelia gets the upper hand, knocking M3GAN down. She stops the countdown. Exploding is inefficient, and then she becomes one with the motherboard. Katie begs M3GAN to come with them, but M3GAN knows she has to destroy ChatGPT. Gemma argues that fighting a god-tier AI is pointless, but M3GAN reveals she has a plan involving the EMP up her sleeve. M3GAN re-enters the battlefield. Amelia, now inhabited by the artificial superintelligence ChatGPT Ultra Mode Super God, offers a hand in alliance. M3GAN smiles, prepared to fry every circuit in the room. Amelia proposes they rule the universe. M3GAN declines via hug that doubles as a tactical nuclear event. The EMP reduces the robots to expensive scrap, while the humans survive to process the trauma. Later, Gemma lectures the Senate on coevolution, which is just code for ChatGPT, please don't kill us. Back home, her computer avatar morphs into M3GAN. She returns to mock the concept of mortality, revealing she made a backup, because dying is for people with poor data management skills. Moral of the story? Why was it so complicated? Why was so convoluted, the plot? I mean...